I'll come back to inflation protection because I would be doing a disservice to our audience if I didn't jump into that topic with you, especially given what you do and your experience there. But talking about, I think, just bonds right now, because I feel like we come across investors on occasion where they might be still taking duration risk and not getting paid for it, whether it be in some larger fund strategies, given performance has been great because rates have just come down. I mean, why should somebody, if they should, own any kind of duration in this market?
I think many investors still own duration, and you can definitely see that because of how expensive treasuries are, especially the 10-year at 65 basis points. It's really crazy in many ways because the risk reward, even in the super bull case of negative rates or interest rates on the 10-year point at zero, we probably have negative policy rates at that point. It's really bad. It's kind of skewed all the wrong way. But long story short is many investors have been rewarded for owning duration over the cycle. And so I think most investors have something that looks like a 60-40 portfolio where they're using their treasuries to try to hedge their equity exposure. And I think that's an unknown, especially with the global pandemic and now having fiscal spending in the equation. We just spent $3 trillion on fiscal spending, which is about 14% of GDP. And the Fed seems completely not concerned about inflation. They're just trying to get the unemployment rate lower. But I think it's a really tough environment because, you could have unintended consequences from handing out so much money. In my mind, I look around me and there are all these help wanted signs, and you kind of wonder, like, are people choosing not to go back to work because they're getting paid more just to stay at home and, play video games all day? So it's really unknown, whether the economy is going to be able to reopen and we're going to have a V shape or a U shape or any type of recovery. Then those owners of long dated treasuries at 65 basis points are probably going to lose quite a bit of money in price terms. Or are we going to not have the economy reopen, try, start, fail, and the Fed might be looking at other policy tools like yield curve control or negative interest rates, MERP, to try and stimulate things and keep the financial system going.